or behind like a cow's tail as usual. Let's get the old candle lit. A little bit of atmosphere. Oh, what an atmosphere. I love a party with a happy atmosphere. Where something, I don't know the words to this blinding song. Oh, what an atmosphere. Oh, here we go. 3, 2, 1. But, oh, sorry, Hedgie. I do apologise. That wasn't a very good throw, was it? Oh, here it comes, the live stream tickle in the throat. Never lets me down. Turn the camera on. Boom, there it is. Boom, there it is. I'll tell you what, I've earned a little tipple tonight, darlings. 0 bookings in the restaurant. You'll never guess. Unexpectedly busy. But I bring glad tidings today. Really? But anyway, we'll come to that in a minute. Sit down and say hello to them properly. For goodness sake, you've been doing this for long enough now. You should know what the bloody hell you're doing. I should, and I apologise. Good evening, darlings. Hetty, you should be over there. Wine, you should be closer to me. Good evening, darlings, and the very warmest of wibbly wobbly willy waving welcomes to Wednesday night live. My goodness gracious me, we're about to embark on a Thursday. Gosh, doesn't time fly when you're really old? Good evening, darlings, and I'm delighted that you could join me for another absolutely luscious community hour that I have had stuffed full of extra plumptiousness just for you, because you deserve it. Oh God, you look fantastic sitting there in your Winceyette nightie with your leg hair waving in the breeze. Honestly, oh God, I'd love to tickle you up and down and round the corner. Oh, what? I should cocoa. So, yes, here we are again, darlings. We are going to wave away Wednesday. We're going to welcome in Thursday. And we are going to do all of the usual community fun and nonsense. I will get too far behind on the messages. You will just chat amongst yourselves. But I hope that you will tell me how your day has been. And I do hope it's been a good one. And obviously, the main thing is we all need to know what everybody's been eating. You know this. You know, you don't need me to tell you. And you know all of the rest of the stuff I'm going to say as well. The Hedgehog of Truth is on hand to facilitate a Hedgehog of Truth question. Sean's box is going to get a right old pounding. Whoa, right old pounding. I have the community portable electric telephone to hand. Should you wish to leave a voice note on the number that I haven't got a bleeding clue what it is. Little bit of good news. I found the SIM card thingy that I kept, and that should have Officer Crabtree's number on it. And that comes just 2 short weeks after I actually needed it. So you could have called me when I was on the road trip. And I'm going on another. I had to circumvent a wine. Well, it's not a wine burp. I haven't had any wine yet. I think that was just a common or garden burp and hiccup. So maybe it's not the wine. Maybe it's a live streaming thing. Maybe my body is not designed for live streaming. And that's why I get a tickle in my throat. I start hiccuping, burping. Sometimes, you know, I can't deny it. Sometimes the fridge door opens, darlings. So yeah, all of that stuff's going to go on. And I have got 2 things to open. Now, I think I know what this is. But I have got no idea what this is. Oh, rattles a bit. So it's all going to be jolly exciting, really, isn't it, darlings? So I am going to have a little glug of the old wine, and then I'm going to dive head first into your comments, which are allow me to remind you, the meat and vegetables of this banana split. Losing the plot, darlings. Oh, another bit of good news that I must tell you. During the evening, I can't remember at exactly which point, I developed an urge. Oh, I developed a thundering urge, darlings, a craving, no less, for an old school ham salad sandwich with salad cream. And you know, I am not a man to deny my urges, darlings. So I brought some salad from the restaurant. I've already got ham. I've got some ham in the fridge, and I purchased some salad creams, creme de salade. Yeah, I've got some salad cream lurking in that there fridge, darlings. The main fridge, not the booze fridge. That's the one that sometimes makes a dodgy noise when you open the door. This one doesn't. So that might be your favourite fridge. Feature number one, which is your favourite of my two fridge freezers? God. This is going to be more of an affront to broadcasting than I usually have. Clear your throat, have a glass of wine, shut up, read the comments. Right, I'll do that. Hello, darlings. Mm. Mm. Oh, my goodness gracious, it's sunlight soon. That was, oh, now then. Oh, what? Oh, I should rub it up. That's wonderful. Wine really is a thing of great joy, isn't it? I enjoyed that so much. I'm going to have a tad more. Quite a professional twist, I'm sure you'll agree. I'll be your hero and I'll be your thing. I'm going to follow you until you have me arrested. Right then, here we go. First cap off the rank this evening was Paulie Galtieri, our lovely Richard, who said, "Good evening, kind Sir Boaty, and everyone," because he's very inclusive, is our Richard. "Hope you've all had a good day," and that is kind. The Honourable Peter P is with us. Good evening to you, sir. Good evening, Master of Grandiose Bull. Master of Grandiose Bull. Yeah. Can't deny it, can I? And indeed, Honourable Bugs. Steve Colg is with us and says, "Troops, I'm going to need to change my microphone. For some reason, I'm only just taking it out of the charging box, but for some reason, it's showing us." Okay, this one is now connected and it's showing a bright green. So we should be okay with that. Splendid. Hello, says Lord Stiff Upper Lip. "Can I have a pee, please, Bob?" You've all been watching that video, haven't you? Grandiose Bull. "Can I have a pee, please, Bob?" So I guarantee you, before the end of the live stream, it's already happened in the comments. Somewhere in this live stream, somebody will full name me. I guarantee it, because you know my bloody middle name, don't you? Well, you do if you watch the video. You watch. Somebody will full name me. I bet you. It happens. It's happened about 3 times in the comments already. Hi to all the community and Boaty, says the lovely Carol C. "Hope everyone has had a good day and night. How was the restaurant? Dare I ask any builders?" Carol, you dare. Right, the restaurant I've kind of covered. We had 0 bookings. Takeaways were rubbish. 2 deliveries, 2 collections, but loads of walk-ins. The restaurant was busy again. So that's great. And then I cover this in tomorrow's video a bit. Tomorrow's going to be busy, busier than normal. And that's just on bookings without walk-ins. And then Friday night, they have overbooked again. Again, I cover that in the video. And Saturday's going to be super busy as well. Now then, the builders. I bring good tidings. Good tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. I bring glad tidings in terms of the builders. Now, as I said to you another night or in a video or in a dream or something, they were there over the weekend and I wasn't sure if they were working, but then I saw them do some work on Sunday. Now, today, um, they were doing some work in the entrance lobby. They were upstairs as well. I don't know how many are in there at the moment, but there was work going on in the entrance lobby that I could hear, and I could still hear the work going on, power tools, when I was leaving the restaurant, and that was gone 10 o'clock. So they're putting in some graft there, and I saw through the bit of the door that you can see through, I saw a guy on a stepladder painting the roof with a roller, and I'm taking that as a really good sign, because if they're painting things, then it means that those things have been done, and the paint is the finishing touch. So dare we start to believe that we might be on the final lap? Dare we? They didn't go home at the weekend. They're in there. They're working. The yard's still full of shit, and the bloody skip is still empty. But yeah, things are happening. So yeah, that's all positive. And Carol C goes on. Thank you for sharing your special wedding day video. It was lovely. Oh well, that's kind, and you're very welcome. I'm really glad that I did it. I'm glad that it's there on YouTube, and it has been oddly cathartic in a way. Now that I come to think about it, it has. It's been cathartic. It's been really healthy. It's like, I don't know if it's closing a box or opening a box or both, or like closing one part of a box and opening another part of the box. I don't know how to put it, but it's as if I can just enjoy the memories of what it was and be okay with that. Not think that was a terrible mistake, which it wasn't. Not think, I wish that it hadn't come to an end, which I kind of do, but I kind of don't. If that makes any sense, it is what it is. You know, the the universe presumably kind of makes sense of itself, and a lot of people will believe that things happen for a reason, and you kind of have to believe that, because otherwise you're accepting that stuff is random. So it's kind of nice. It was again, stuff I talk about in the video, today's video, come out tomorrow, a bit of a shakedown of the posting that thing and some thoughts. It was a chunk of my life. We were together for 15 years. We were married for 9, and it was in many parts utterly, utterly amazing. And I'm glad that I'm in a place now where I can look at it and think, oh, that was lovely, without thinking any buts. It's just, that was lovely. And oddly enough, I wouldn't mind doing it again. I mean, I know, I'm too old, I'm too repulsive. Um, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm, without realizing it, I've kind of crept into a yet another different place in my life. I suppose we all do this as we go forward. And I wonder, no, that's not fair. What I was going to say isn't fair. I'm just in a reasonably good place, I think, where everything that's happened in the past I can either look back on and enjoy, or decide, yeah, that was crap, and not think about it. And that just leaves me in a generally happy, content, and settled state. And that's a nice place to be in. And, it does mean when you're not carrying forward any baggage emotionally, that opens a door to just let the universe know that, yeah, I'm not going to go out looking necessarily, but, there's a little door open there. God, could you imagine me getting married again at my age? Oh dear. But there you go. I mean, it was a good lunch, and you won't see the reception, of course. The reception was so different to the lunch because, as I think we mentioned on the video, uh, I wanted a very quiet, very intimate do. Ideally, I wanted us to just go away somewhere and get married and just be us and come back. And Mags drew the line at that, said, no, not doing it without the kids, blah, blah, blah. So we kind of reached a compromise where we had a very intimate little gathering of just a handful of nearest and dearest. And that was Maggie's concession to me and my preference. And also, it wasn't her first marriage. She'd been married before, and she's a good Catholic woman. So when she got married the first time, she did the whole thing, the church, the whole kit and caboodle. So she was happy to compromise on that. But then when it came to the reception, then the reception was in her hands. Left to me, it would have been a piss up and a bag of chips on the way home. Mags wasn't having any of that. The reception was an extravaganza. There were hundreds of people. There was, again, mentioned in the video, I said I wasn't going to feed anybody at the reception. Well, Mags wasn't having that, was she? So it wasn't a buffet or anything like that. We put on beautiful food, proper hot served food for everybody who came. Literally hundreds, cost a bleeding fortune. And we had a riotous night. It was amazing. The other little thing I did get my way on with the reception was obviously I used to be a professional singist. And when by the time I'd launched Grand Central, the promotions company, we were doing a lot of high society weddings. Again, mentioned it in the video when I said to Mel, how many weddings have we gone to? And, we used to do, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 weddings per year, something like that. Proper high society big dues, because we were very expensive. And I always said, I always saw the amount of food left over and champagne left over. And I said, I'm not doing this. I didn't get my way over that, quite rightly. Everybody had an amazing meal at the reception, and there were so many people. I mean, everybody was there. Even the people that I never thought in a million years would come were there. All of my lot from the car showrooms and, oh God, exes, and the world and his wife turned up to that. It was an amazing thing. But the thing I got my way over, I always said that I would not pay anybody to do the entertainment at my reception. I said I'm not going to pay for somebody else to do a job that I would do better. We were experts. We were doing corporate entertainment, high society entertainment, week in, week out. It's what we did. It's what we did with that company. We had other companies as well. And I said, and I always swore I was never going to pay anybody. And Mags agreed with that. And she said, why don't you reform the old gang and do it? And that's what we did. Now, Mel and I, we were not involved in the entertainment industry at all at that point. That had all broken down. Well, it didn't break down. We finished it. We went different. We went different ways. Mel met Richard, and they did the marriage, moving in, having a baby, all of that kind of thing. So Mel was out of the game. I was, I'd been with Maggie and was doing the uh, husbandly thing and the fatherly thing, and so we couldn't be off gadding around the UK and Europe doing the sort of thing that we've been doing. So yeah, so that had all finished, and what we did when we finished, um, lovely Rob, who so sadly passed away last year. Some of you will have seen pictures of him and whatnot, who was with us. He was with me from day one, and then he was a massive part of the when we became Grand Central Promotions, and Mel was on board. Rob was a massive part of it. He was in every single show that we ever did. He was the MC. He was the compere. He was part of the cabaret. He had a beautiful voice. So what we did when we finished all of that, we gave Rob all of the equipment, just gave it to him, didn't sell it to him, gave it to him, everything, the sound rigs, the light rigs, the vans, whatever. He had the lot because he didn't want to stop. He didn't want to stop. Mel and I, we wanted to stop. We were moving on. He didn't want to stop. So we gave him all the gear. And he got his own people, and he was the big boss, and he was the main man, and he carried on, and he was doing that literally up until the moment that he became ill and sadly passed away. He was still doing it. He never stopped. So for the reception, Rob, I mean, Rob was never going to miss it. But Rob came up and brought all of the gear and all of his people, and we reformed for that night. Mel and I came out of retirement. I had other guests who'd been part of my cabaret show and whatnot, and we did it all ourselves. We put on a full live cabaret all night, and it was amazing. And for mine and Maggie's first dance, I sang it. We danced. I was singing. I had a head mic on, and so I did get that wish. I didn't pay for anybody else because Rob did it free of charge as a wedding gift, as did everybody else involved. And that was it. That was my farewell performance as a vocalist at my own wedding reception, which I thought was really fitting. And so, yeah, I had to feed all of the degenerate freeloaders, as I call them, tongue in cheek, lovingly, But I didn't have to pay for the entertainment. Look at me rambling on. Howdy, Boaty, says Mr. Care. Matron's with us. Evening all. I'm on my PC, so it's easier to type than on my stupid little phone. And then she says hello to people. Oh, Barry's here. Hello all. Blatant puffery. How are you, Barry? Hope you're enjoying your break. This is a British democracy, Bernard. I love the Yes Minister quotes. I can't get enough of the Yes Minister quotes. And how has everybody's day been? Asks Barry. Andrew Buttigieg is with us. Greets everybody by name. Good old Spotty Butty. Bad Books is with us. Good evening. And then there's a flurry of hellos to and fro. Gosh. Now then. Barry says there's a World War I museum in Kansas City, but I'm not paying the entrance fee. I'd have a sore ass for days. Oh, Jimmy Quinn is with us. Hi, everyone. Hello, Jimmy. Tricia Alderman is here. Carl Burton is here. They all say good evenings. A package, says Mr. Care. Steve Berry's got more bikes than subs, says Steve Colg. And has he? I don't know. I have no interest in motorized bicycles. So I've never spoken to him about that. Oh, a parcel and delivery. Everybody's getting very excited about this package. Oh, it is a bit rattly. I'm going to guess at out of date sugar puffs. That's what it sounds like to me. Out of date sugar puffs that have just gone a little bit hard and a bit rattly in the packet. Oh, pardon me. Definitely food. 100% that is food. And we have got voice notes. Oh, excuse me. Here we go, darlings. Enjoy.
Good evening, sir. You know when you made it big, when you're sitting in McDonald's with your mate, doing a food review, and doing about the thing, good man, bad man. Anyway, sir, that was a good, funny video anyway.
Nice man Orangan.
Anyway, sir, and also, you look like twins, you and the captain.
Oh, yeah.
Him in his tweed jacket, you in yours.
Mine's not tweed.
Anyway, it was nice to see the food reviewers again, sir. We've all missed them. And I've also been watching your wedding video today. What a cracking video. And I've got to say, your ex-wife looked a spit of Carol Ann.
Oh, right.
Very sorry after watching that day, sir. It's a shame it didn't work out because you look very happy, and I take it as seeing the children on there.
Yeah, kids were there.
Anyway, sir, I look forward to watching tonight. For my dinner today, I had a McDonald's. I had one of them £5 deals at dinner time. For this evening meal, I had a steak pie, chips, peas and gravy. And for pudding, I had a nice sponge cake.
Posh coffee?
The posh coffee, sir.
Posh coffee.
Anyway, I look forward to watch. And if any of you are feeling down, please chill out and try and forget about your troubles. Thank you.
The wonderful
Hedgehog of Truth. So you don't need to answer if it's too painful for you.
Oh, hang on.
If you could have changed something to stay married and in that relationship with your wife and the children, what would you change? If not, don't answer it, sir, if it's too painful. Anyway, I'm sorry to ask that, sir, but I just wanted to ask Hedgehog of Truth. You don't need to answer that one.
No, don't be sorry.
If you don't want to.
Right, fine.
But I've got to say, it was a lovely video.
It was. Thank you. Right, well, we'll deal with the Hedgehog of Truth question first. What would I have changed? I would have changed my attitude and my reaction to things. Now, that's not very specific, but it's what I should have done. But I didn't have the wisdom or the maturity to realize that. I concentrated on, as I saw it, somebody else needing to make. I cover all of this in the video. We were amazing together in so many ways. We were perfect. We were so in love and all of that. And it was only minor adjustments that were needed. But of course, I thought there were adjustments she needed to make, and they weren't. There were adjustments I needed to make. And I learned that, sadly, too late. But as I say, 15 amazing years, 9-year marriage. And, there was no cataclysmic falling out. Indeed, again, I covered this in the video. We carried on a relationship for 2 years after we got divorced. That's how much in love we were. And it was lovely. It was wonderful. They were 2 of the better years, actually. What else did Mr. Parry talk about apart from his food, which he does eat well, doesn't he? Oh, yeah, the McDonald's thing with mustard. Thank you, everybody, for your reactions to that lunch video. It's quite popular, but the most positive reactions have come from there've been a lot of positive reactions, so thank you very much for that. But Mustard says that it's by far the best video that we've ever done. Matron's been very positive about it as well. But yeah, Mustard really, really enjoyed it. He enjoyed it at the time, and he watched it back today, and he enjoyed it again. And yeah, I think we might be finding a format to move forward with in terms of the lunch vids and the reviews. You know, finally, after 2 years of doing the bloody things, we're starting to find out what works and what we're happy with. And so I think you can expect more of me and Mustard all dressed up in fast food places, looking at people and things, because I enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed it very much as well. So there we are. There we are. And now I seem to have, well, I've got the tickle back in my throat. I seem to have whizzed back in the comments. Where was I before oh, that's where we were, isn't it? Somewhere around here. Yes. Oh, no, I did that one. Oh, right. People are talking to Barry, and he says he's doing the usual stuff, being paid but has no work stuff. Oh, well, that's a happy situation. And speak of the devil, speak of dear Captain Mustard. I'm loving his new image. I am loving it. Suits him so well. I was taken aback. Now, you saw him in the video. When he rocked up at my front door, he was wearing a tie as well, and he looked good. He looked good, not in a disgusting, never have I seen a display of blatant, but you know what I mean? It really suits him, this new image. I'm loving it, and I'm going with him. I'm going to browse the charity shops at eBay for old tweed jackets and doeskin waistcoats and all of that sort of thing. Because I'm all up for that. Hi, Captain Triple Double Cheese, says Peter P. God, yeah, bloody hell, 3 double cheeseburgers and a coffee. Hello, I need a burger challenge, says Mustard, but there is a possible S added to the burger to make burgers. Barry had a disgusting burger from the hotel bar. Matron needs new glasses. She read that as a burglary challenge. Barry has ordered pizza. Oh, Emma's with us, the lovely Emma11, or Emma Lemon of the YouTube channel Emma Lemon, with 2 N's and more than 400 subby-wubby subscribers, and some rather splendid Vlogmas videos, which you should all watch. In it. Evening. I've got cold feet, says Emma. I'm waiting for the electric blanket to make them toasty. I stuck an egg in Boaty's noodles tonight. Oh, blimey. Oh, get you. Ross says, hello, fellow flumps, and hello, Ross. We're going to need a bigger Boaty box. You don't. It is a bit heavier now. It did get a little bit empty because I swapped the coins for notes. Oh, and I can give you some news, darlings, on my birthday hollybobs thing. I have booked the room. I went on the website and it's a proper old school hotel, not like a Premier Inn or any of that nonsense. And you can book the hotel and pay in cash. So you can book it online and pay in cash. And there was no financial incentive to book and pay in advance. The price was exactly the same. I checked. I was careful. I checked. So I thought, okay, well, I will book it. And that will make it real and give me something to look forward to. So the room is booked. And it will be paid for in cash by the contents of this box. It wasn't too bad, actually. I booked the best double room available, an executive double room with a sea view. And it was 75 quid without breakfast. I'll try and blag breakfast, obviously. Yeah, I've got to give myself the chance, haven't I? I'll just pretend to be elderly and demented like every other inmate in there, and see if I can blag a free breakfast. But the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to contact the hotel and say, look, I've booked. I couldn't see an option for a room with a balcony, and I do want a balcony. I love a balcony, darlings. So I will get in touch with them between now and then uh, to make sure that I get my beloved balcony. But there we are. That's where we stand at the moment. 75 quid booked, and it will be paid for in cash. I've not parted with a penny, darlings, and I'm very excited about it. It's going to be good fun. It is going to be just me. I'm with Jack Jones, as far as I'm aware. And that's fine. I'm going to have a laugh. I'm going to hang out in the ballroom doing a bit of dancing. I'll go and play bingo with I'm going to really enjoy it. It's going to be like working in my mother's care home again. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. And I shall cause chaos. I caused chaos in my mother's care home. Remind me to tell you about that. The care home stories, the chaos that I caused in a good way, in a very good way. God almighty, I shook them up. There was a period, I'd have to think about this to go in, but there was a period where I was not doing anything. I'd have to think about when it was and why it was that I wasn't doing anything. And they needed a manager in the EFI unit of Mum's place. And as I say, I wasn't doing anything. And Mum said, come and do this for a while. And I said, hey, what? I can't do that, can I? Turned out I had the qualifications. Because I did a load of stuff with Mum on a voluntary basis, except it wasn't voluntary. She made me do it. I had no choice in it. It turned out I had the necessary qualifications to actually manage an EFI unit. And they'd had a bad manager in there or something, and the staff were a bit. And so I went in there, and I knew I wasn't going to be in there for very long. So fucking hell, did I shake it up. I really shook it up. I caused chaos. My mother has never been prouder of me than the time I went in there and caused absolute chaos. I'll tell you some of the things I did. You tell me if I did right or I did wrong. As is the case with most care homes, the problem is always the overnight staff. And they moan about this and they moan about that. All they want to do is sit on their fat asses and watch television all night. Not all of them, obviously, but there are a lot who want the easiest gig possible. So they used to insist that all of the residents were in bed by the time they came on shift at 8 o'clock, right? Now, I'm not far off being in a care home, right? Nobody can argue with that. Can you imagine me being put to bed at 8 o'clock? Fucking, I'd raise the roof. And I was outraged by this. So I put a bloody stop to it, didn't I? I said, right, when the day staff go off shift, every resident needs to be clean and dry. And that's all. They don't need to be in bed. In fact, I don't want them to be in bed. They need to be clean and dry. Hand them over to the night staff. Going to bed, night staff, guess what? That's now your responsibility. So that was the first thing I did. Oh God, what else did I do? The meal times. Now, bear in mind that the nursing home was split into EFI downstairs, EMI upstairs. Mum ran EMI upstairs, that's elderly mentally infirm, so basically the dementia patients. I ran EFI downstairs, that's elderly, frail and infirm, but cognitively, okay, no dementia issues or anything like that. They're just lovely old people who've paid their debt to the bloody world and seeing out the twilight of the years. And I wanted them to do it in better style than they were. So, oh God, I need to talk about this another night so I can tell you properly all about it. So that was the thing. I stopped them being put into bed before 8 o'clock. If they wanted to go to bed, fine. They were all capable of expressing their own preferences. And if they wanted to go to bed before 8, absolutely fine. If they didn't, then bugger off. You're not putting them to bed. Fuck you. So, and I hated the fact that they were all just sitting in their chairs, doing this, doing that, doing the other. I thought, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. That's no life. I wouldn't want this if I was. So I organised film evenings. Oh, the night staff hated me. God, they hated me with a passion, because they would come in and all of the residents would be sitting, having a movie night. They'd all be sitting watching a movie on the big screen, having a great old time, or having a sing-song or something. Oh, and my coup de grace, I did many, many things. This is a period of my life I don't think I've talked to you about before. I gave them booze. I thought, I drink, and when I get to that age, I still want to have a drink. My grandfather was 93 when he passed away, and he put away a good couple of double whiskies on the night that he forgot to wake up. I thought, why should they be denied that pleasure? Now, and many of these people had a favourite tipple, and the resident and the relatives would bring in the favourite tipple for their loved one, and it would just get locked away in the cupboard. So fucking not having this, fucking not having it. I made a drinks trolley. I took one of the drugs trolleys and I adapted it into a drinks trolley, and I started giving them bloody booze. And I really fucked up the dining times as well, because I started insisting, and I led by example. I started insisting that, look, these people are paying £700-800 per week to be here. They deserve better than you're giving them. If I was paying £800 a week to stay in a hotel, I would expect good service during dinner. You will all now provide that service. Now, bear in mind that at this point in my life, I'd run a chain of restaurants. So I started running the dining room like a restaurant. So, and the shit staff just weren't interested, but I fucked them off. The good ones ran with it. Chef ran with it, and CJ, who I'm still friends with, Chef Junior, she ran with it as well. And we started, and they loved it. I swear to God that a lot of people didn't die when they were gonna die, because they were gonna die of boredom and can't be asked to stay alive anymore. I gave them a bloody reason to stay alive. We had great fun. You know, they'd still be eating the same shit, don't get me wrong, but they'd get the service with it, and they'd get a glass of wine if they wanted a glass of wine, instead of having that weak as shit fucking cordial squash stuff they used to give them to save a few bloody quid to boost their profits for their bloody shareholders, arseholes. Oh God, I must stop talking about this because I'm just going to lose all of your comments again. But I'd love to talk about that sometime. Oh, and I told you the night staff were the nightmares. I started making unannounced visits. I would walk in there at like 2:30 in the morning and catch them asleep or doing whatever. And that was an interesting time, darlings. God, I'd completely forgotten about that. Let's get back to your comments. Steve Colgas just spent 600 quid on his 25. Richard says, I reckon Mustard could do 20 Big Macs in one sitting. I wouldn't bet against it. Carol sees dinner was leftover gammon from Sunday with mashed potato and baked beans. Snap, snap, Carol. I had mashed potato and beans, not baked beans. I had garlic and mustard chicken with mashed potato, um, green beans, and a boozy gravy. Uh, tonight is stuff curry, Salad cream, I need to get some, says Richard. Hello. What's happened with Stu? He's had a major accident. He's knocked his PC table over. Oh dear. Salad cream is what exactly, says Peter P. Um, I don't know what it is. It's, Matron's going to get a link. Last night's dinner for Ross was Nando's. Haven't had it in years, he says, but it was surprisingly nice. Barry's got Red Heat and Cliffhanger lined up tonight. I believe they are films. Diddly do. Have I missed some? Hang on, I'm just scrolling back a little while. No, I don't think I have. I don't think any have dropped off. If you shut up, says Jimmy 500, how can you read the comments? That's a good point. I meant shut up with what you were saying and then start reading the comments. See, I knew somebody would full name me. Is your full name a type of dog? Asked Peter P. And then dear old Ivor Spotty Botty, our Andrew, he just comes out with it, doesn't he? Jason Stafford Parry Hughes. Yes, that is my full name, darlings. And if you're wondering about my middle name, well, there's an interesting story to that might not be all that interesting. But my middle name, I am named after a man that my maternal grandmother had an affair with, and he was very kind to my mother when she was a child. And that was at a time when nobody else was being kind to her. They were either kicking the shit out of her for being black or raping her. And he was a very nice man, apparently, and he was very nice to her. And he was an oasis of peace in her childhood. So she wanted to name me partly after him. So there you go. Thank you, Mr. Stafford, whoever you were. I knew somebody would full name me. Even if I hadn't mentioned it, somebody would have full named me. Good Scrabble score, Boaty. Oh, yeah. What a shit name, says Jimmy Quinn. So basically, says Matron, salad cream is like a creamy, vinegary salad dressing for those who want mayo with a sharp taste. Richard asks, Boaty, is your OCD bothered by the misplaced rear badge on Mustard's 418 Tourer? No, I ain't bothered about that. I noticed it and thought something looked a bit awry, and I just thought, nah, don't bother me. I don't get so bothered by other people's stuff. Oh dear, Steve's laptop is not in a good place. Salad cream is nice, says Jimmy F. Andrew loves some salad cream. Jason sausage dog, Parry Hughes. Well done, Russ. Can we go back to just 11 in the chat, says Steve Colgan? Matron says, those heady days of slow comments and hope for the future. God, yeah, we were like that once, weren't we? We were like that once. Painting over the stuffed newspaper. I've seen it. Hang on. What do we do? I don't know what all that's about. Right, no. No, it's not. Oh, dear. You are not old or repulsive, Boaty, says Emma. Yeah, well, you're biased, but bless you for saying so. Hang on. Stu agrees, actually. I went to buy a tin of Quality Street yesterday, says Andrew. They don't sell them in tins at the supermarket I go to. Only a hexagonal cardboard-shaped doings, and cost 16 Australian dollars on special, the regular price being $38. Matron says, one of my significant exes died this year. The other contacted me out of the blue about a month ago and is very much wifed up. Our conversation reminded me of why I liked him and also why I left him. Same video in the video, says Peter. Same Boaty in the video, just a different haircut. I wish it was the same me. I wish it was. I wasn't a bad-looking guy, was I? Be honest. I was. That video was taken obviously on my wedding day, which was also my 36th birthday, and it's scary to look at that and then look at me now with knackered skin everywhere and not as many teeth as I should have, and bloody baby's arse cheek growing out my chin. But give me 12 months, darlings. Give me 12 months. I will nip to Nepal. I'll have lovely new teeth popped in. I'll have this silly thing whipped off, and I won't look too far away to how I looked on my first wedding day. I say my first wedding day because I'm not dead yet, and I might fancy doing it again. I might have a last tango in Halifax moment, and just when you think I'm about to shuffle off to the old people's home or the wooden box, I'll surprise you and get married to a lovely person. Oh, Jimmy F thought a great. Oh, bless you. Same me in the video, just a different haircut. Yeah. I mean, it is the same me, obviously, but God knows it was a better version of me. Dave Stevis, and hello to you, says the wedding video has made me seriously think about getting married. Consider getting married. Well, it's making me want to do it again. And it made Matron want to do it again, and Emma wanted to do it again. So if, I was going to say strike when the iron's hot, but, there's a few people who want to get married again. So if you're interested in any of them, strike now while the iron is hot, but not Matron. She's already married. So as she said, it's a shame that bigamy is illegal. So she can't have another wedding. You could renew your vows, though, Matron. That's a thing, isn't it? Greetings, honourable community and Mr. Boaty, says the lovely Alan Simpson, and a jolly good evening to you. Have you got any video of you singing, Boaty? Asks Emma. And no, no, other people might have. I haven't personally. I had loads of studio recordings, but as I said to you before, Sasha took all of those. There were videotapes of TV stuff and radio stuff. I think Sasha had all of those too. So of course, this was all in a pre-Facebook age, wasn't it? I had a load of stuff. I bought a really expensive camera at that time and started recording all the shows. I used to record other things with it too. And I had a van stolen that was full of equipment, and I lost I kept my tapes in with the video equipment. So I lost all of those. So whoever stole that van has got a lot of videos of me and other people singing, and a lot of videos of me and a Chinese girl called Liyun Wang doing some indescribably filthy stuff. That's true. That is true, actually. They were in there. Those tapes were in there. Whoever nicked them is going to get, well, I mean, it's a long time ago now, but they would have got a right old eyeful that they weren't expecting. But no, it's annoying. I've got nothing of me on the bike, and I've got nothing of me singing. Mel might have some stuff. Mel did some live albums for herself. Mel's stage name was Melanie Dean, and she did release 2 or 3 live albums, albums that were, recorded at gigs. And I'm on those doing various duets. But an actual video, no. People had them. Sasha had a load, her dad used to take a load of videos of me. The talent shows, they were all recorded, but I haven't got any of them. And I've spoken about this before. I never had them in the first place, or I never bothered about them, or they went with the marital house or the garage or something. I don't know, but I've got nothing of my times on the bike, hardly anything of my times in the cars, nothing at the pubs, nothing at the restaurants, and nothing of the vocalist days. There are people that I still know and talk to who saw me and they could describe it, but no, I haven't got any videos or anything. The thing I would love to have were the studio recordings. I did some really good studio stuff. There was a point where my voice was genuinely amazing. Amazing. It took me 2 years to get there, 2 years of really hard voice training. But there was a point where my voice was great and I did some really good studio stuff. The stuff that I did with Vanda, the lady I told you about who made it in Spain, that I did the Stars in Their Eyes thing with, our studio stuff was amazing. And then I did some studio stuff alone with Ghosts and Nightingales in their studio before I bought the company. And that was really good too. I remember I did a studio version for a laugh. I didn't do it seriously. I did it for a bit of a laugh. I covered, obviously I was a Neil Diamond tribute, and I covered Talking Optimist Blues, a song called Talking Optimist Blues off an album called Tennessee Moon, which was a little bit out there because it was country. He recorded a country album of his own stuff and duetting with a lot of country stars, including Waylon Jennings. And there was a song called Talking Optimist Blues that I loved. I used to nobody knew it, but I loved it. And I used to put it in the odd show. And I did a studio recording of it, and it was brilliant. I remember I was in the studio with Rob Savage was in charge. He's the guy that I bought that company off, or that Mel and I bought the company off. And I just went into Talking Optimist Blues. I had some backing tracks with me, and I threw a backing track on, and I just launched into Talking Optimist Blues for a laugh, and finished, and just halfway through stopped and said, "Sorry about that, I was just having a laugh." And I remember Rob saying to me, he said, "Just listen to that back. You might want to finish it off." And we played it back in the studio, and it was amazing. It was amazing. So I did. I finished it off. I'd love to have my Chris Isaac covers that I did in the studio. I'd love to have them. I used to sing. I used to sing "Wicked Game" so well, so well. When I started doing that, and it took me ages to get that, I can remember that was in the very early days. That was one of my. That was before I became a Neil Diamond tribute, and that was my breakthrough song on the amateur competition, the amateur talent competition circuit. And I remember spending days and weeks and months literally nailing that song because I had to develop a head voice. I didn't have a head voice at that time. So I had to develop it because a lot of Wicked Game is done in full head voice. And it took me ages, but my God, when I got it, I properly got it and I properly nailed it. I was with Sasha at that time. And Sasha swore blind that when I hit a certain note in that song, she climaxed every single time. And I thought, yeah. And I did a competition where and Sash was there in the audience, and I had a radio mic. And so I roved when I was doing that song just for a laugh. And when I hit that note, I was standing right in front of her, looking directly into her eyes, like that far away from her. And she did. She she genuinely did. Oh God, that was a long answer to a short question, wasn't it? Oh dear. So no, there are videos of me singing around. There's lots of videos of me knocking around in various places. There's all the TV stuff. Um, there's load of TV stuff from my cycling career. Um, all of the I've told you I did a load of. I was a bit of a tart on TV when I had the entertainment agency. Uh, I was kind of seeing a girl who worked in production companies, and they were always short of a particular demographic, which was young females. And she said, "Can I have some of your lot to put on these television game shows? We haven't got any of that demographic." And uh, invariably, when I asked, my stable, my girls to do it, they'd say, "Well, yeah, but you've got to come with us and you've got to do it too." So I ended up doing every bloody television game show going. And there are lots of videos of those knocking around that other people have got or that come up on various things. I know that my bargain hunt episode that gets seen all over the world, all over the time. Every now and then somebody will get in touch. "Oh, your bloody bargain hunt video popped up again on telly here in Australia, you big tosser." But I haven't got it. I used to have it on my Facebook as well as some other videos. And then Facebook had a clampdown and they were all copyrighted and they were all removed. And that was before the YouTube days. So I've not got anything on YouTube. So yeah, let's move on. Ah, Jimmy a 500 says, Maggie had kids when she met you, Boaty. Yeah. Maggie had 4 young children when I met her. We didn't have any more children. 4 kind of seemed like enough. Their father was a complete waste of space. And, there are loads of other stories to tell you about that, but I should have gone 4 minutes ago. I'll cut that short and say that people used to tell me that Maggie's kids were lucky that I took them on, thinking that because, I co-raised them as if they were absolutely my own, and I loved them as if they were my own, and I still do to this day. And people used to tell me they were lucky, and I always said, same answer: no, they're not lucky. I'm lucky that they took me on, and that's the way that I see it to this day. They were they were amazing kids. They're all now amazing adults. They're happy. They're successful, and I was just blessed and lucky that they took me on as whatever I was, stepdad, I suppose. I didn't try to be a father to them. They had a father. I tried to be a friend and a good role model and somebody that they could rely on and a good provider for them. Uh, and I did everything that I possibly could to facilitate their relationship with their actual father, because God knows he tried to sabotage that at every opportunity. And I wouldn't let him do it. I hated him with a passion. I hated him. I don't hate many people. I hated him. I always hoped, because he was such an unpleasant man, he'd been to prison for a violent knife crime. And I was always hoping, because he was incredibly jealous of Maggie. He hated the fact that she left him and all of that. And he did his best to ruin any relationship that she had. He certainly did his best to try and ruin us. And I was always hoping that he would get physical with me. My dearest wish was that he would try and try and stab me or throw a punch or whatever, anything, so that I could just absolutely fucking hammer the bastard. And it never ever happened. But he did get a hammering. I've told this story before. At a point in time when I was living with Mags part time, spending time at the house, spending time at my own place, the relatively early days, their divorce wasn't finalised. He still had access to the house. He hated the fact that my stuff was knocking around there. He never came in when I was there, and he never said a wrong word to me. Unfortunately, I wish he had. I guess he didn't fancy taking me on for whatever reason. But he did go round and having a bad day or whatever. And he did get physical with Maggie. And his plan was clearly to, he tried this, he tried that, he tried the other, it didn't work. So he was going to go down the physical route and he was going to beat her up, wasn't he? And he started to beat her up. And Maggie was a good Irish woman. She could almost beat me in an arm wrestle. And he started on her and she beat the shit out of him. She absolutely beat 7 bells out of him. And he ended up going to the police and reporting her for GBH. True story. True story. I wasn't there. I was away. If I'd have been there, well, if I'd have been there, obviously it wouldn't have happened. If I'd have walked in on it, then that would have been my excuse. I could have half killed him, and I would have. But yeah, she did the job for me. And there he went off to the police, battered and bruised, to report her. You didn't mess about with Mags. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But yeah, he and I never got physical. Not even close. The kids knew what I was like, and they said, "Don't even think about it. Don't ever think about going there." But oh dear, why was I talking about that? Bosh. Have you got any siblings? Asked Poppy's Travels. Not anymore. Again, I haven't got time to talk about this now. It's too late. Hello. Oh, right. I need to do a voice note, apparently. I'll quickly answer this. I had siblings. None of them survived. The oldest one, my brother Mark, got to 13 before he coughed it. There are reasons why, and they're the same reasons that I never expected to see 20. And then I never expected to see 30. And like 40 or 50 was just a ridiculous dream. How I'm still alive, I don't know. I guess I'm just lucky. Mark was a much better person than I am. I always think that the wrong one was taken. I should have been taken instead of Mark. Mark with a C, not with a K, by the way. Mark was my hero, but yeah, he went when he was 13. I was 4. Had a massive effect on me, that one. Those are subjects probably for another day and time. I'm way behind on the comments. I've got a voice note to catch up on. So no, who asked me that? It was Poppy, wasn't it? No, I haven't got any surviving family. I am literally last man standing. Right, I'd better do this. I'd better do this voice note, hadn't I? Because it's Simone. This will be good. I'm looking forward to this. Here we go. Are you ready? Settle in.
Hello again, Mr. Boaty.
Hello.
Don't forget to pound your box as if you just woke up and you've been getting a rusty trombone from Nora Batty and she's not got her teeth in.
God. Oh, Simone, you excel yourself. Well, I tell you what. You wouldn't necessarily know it was Nora Batty, would you? Because she'd be behind you. Because that's the way that rusty trombones work, folks. Oh, God, you'd have a shock when you turned round, though, to say thank you, wouldn't you? Thank you, Simone. And I will pound the birthday box, the birthday balcony box. There's Sean's box. There's my pound. In it pops. Oh, and I've got these to unwrap. Right, let's go with the comments properly quickly, shall we? I'm going to have to skip them. I'm sorry, darlings. It's been one of those nights where I've gone off on one, hasn't it? I do apologise. Right, so diddly do. Oh, Mr. Parry, the shallot in our Jubilee pancake. Yes, thank you. Keep going with that. There's fuck all leisure about it, says Richard. Trust me, I'm 10 minutes from Port Sunlight. The opening of the Mackie D's video reminds me of Pumpkin and Honey Bunny about to rob the... Oh, Pumpkin and Honey Bunny about to rob the restaurant in Pulp Fiction. Yes, I can see that now. The soundtrack wasn't as good though, says Peter P. Please tell me you didn't cheat on her, says Steve Colg. No, I've never cheated on a woman in my life, and to the best of my knowledge, no woman has ever cheated on me. I could never do that. I'm literally incapable of doing that, and to the best of my knowledge, nobody has ever done it to me. I don't approve of that sort of thing. I know that's unpopular. I know men are supposed to be unthinking, walking penises, but yeah, I don't approve of being unfaithful. And I know, a lot of blokes, yeah, not for me. Never done it once, never could, never would. I am going to have to whiz through these, aren't I? Is it really? Peter P? God, that is from a video about 2 years ago. That must be from 2 years ago. I remember this video. Is it rude to say, cheers, Tubbs, if a larger chap holds the door open? I remember that video. That was one of the very early caravan lunch videos, I think. Or it might have even been pre-caravan. It might have been a picnic bench lunch, but I remember that. What do you do with the Hedgehog on Sunday live streams? Asked Steve Gold. Well, Hedgehog lives in that corner there next to the camera when he's not appearing on camera and doing his thing. And he's very happy there. Apart from the other Sunday when he watched me go to work and watched me come home from the windowsill. Okay, whizzing through. Sounds like the aged care home mum's in, says Andrew. Some of the night staff need a right jolly kicking up the a-hole. Yeah, that's how it is. Boaty, I know exactly what you're talking about, says Richard. I heard it all from my late mother, who worked in a nursing home and had her end-of-life care in the same place, looked after by her friends. Care homes are a scam, mate, says Stu. Yeah, nothing without the hedgehog, says Steve. Oh, Charlotte Williams joined us and said hello to you. Matron says my dad was allowed booze in the care home I found for him. It was one thing he stipulated he wanted. They and him were a perfect fit overall. Oh, that's good. I could eat 3 Big Macs, says Steve. I'd struggle with more than one. Maybe at a push, maybe I could do 2. Charlotte says she was asking how everybody was, and she's not bad, thank you. In response to somebody who asked how she was. Back for more. Loved the live Monday. Kept me sane with pulling a late one with a poorly toddler. Oh dear. Oh, bless you. I hope he's less poorly, or she is less poorly now. Jimmy Quinn. Jimmy Quinn has just wanged out $4,500 on his wife's Ford C-Max. Oh, excuse me. Oh, and it's a she, and she's well on the road to recovery, so that's wonderful. My middle name is Big Bastard. That's what my dad called me, says Jimmy Quinn. Mr. Lloyd has his tweed jacket car reviews. How about Boaty's tweed jacket food reviews? I'd have to get a tweed jacket. I don't own one currently, but I would like one. Voice note delivered. Last tango on Halifax. I'm going to try and get a new image next year, says Emma. I'm going to lose several stone and have my bunghole sewn up. You heard it here first, lady, says Andrew. Boat is still up to putting a ring on it, in it. Matron's having a giggle at the sewn up bunghole. Stu is drunk. New year, new me, says Charlotte. Shift the excess lard, eat more organic foods, move more and get on the vitamins. Hey, Boaty, says Matron, I don't want to renew my vows. Where's the fun in that? I want his second husband to play with. I'll just have a hand fasting ceremony. None of the legal... God. Tracy, don't be selfish, says Emma. You've got a husband. Leave some for the rest of us. I know a nice lighthouse with tits on the door, says Peter Pete. You know every minute of every one of my videos, and I adore that. I adore that, and I adore you, Peter P. Let's get through these comments, open these, and bugger off to bed. God, how far am I behind? Oh, timestamp 23:58. Oh, I'm not too bad. About a quarter of an hour now. Hang on. Sing the song now. See if you can make any of the women in the room hear climax. God. Can you dig out the bargain hunt material? No. Mel has got it. And I asked her about it, and we used to share it on Facebook. Mel has got it, and I asked her, but she said the file is too big to send to me. I might... Oh, I tell you what I could do. Now I know what I'm doing. I could ask her to upload it to YouTube, and then I could nick it off YouTube and put it on my own channel. There might be a copyright thing on it, but she could do it as a private video. I'll work on that. I will work on that. She still has it, she told me. Or she did have then, anyway. We want to see Boaty camping, says Stico. Well, we are planning a Snowdonia camping trip for next year, so you might well. Do you have any contact with Maggie? Asked Jimmy at 500. No, sorry if I'm too nosy. No, you're not too nosy. I don't mind any questions. I do still have contact. Not regular, but we are still on a chatty basis. I can message her, she can message me, and you know it would be replied to. The last time I messaged her, when I got word from her very best friend's ex-husband, who I'm friends with, that she'd suddenly passed away with a rapid and awful cancer. So I sent Mags quite a long message expressing my condolences and whatnot. And she sent me a lovely message in return. I have suggested that, look, you know, lot of water gone under the bridge now. It's been a while, and I would love to know how the kids are doing and all of that stuff. I said let's just meet up for coffee or lunch every now and then, and she wasn't in a place for that. Um, the weird thing is that Max divorced me, but then the relationship carried on. But the relationship after the divorce, I ended it, and she was quite angry with me, and that's still there a bit. But she did anything that's related to the kids and whatnot. Because I sent her a friend request, and there's family pressure and peer pressure, and obviously people who cared about her worry about her. So we're not Facebook friends because people could see that. But stuff that she knows that I would like to see, and that would keep me in contact with the kids and whatnot, like grandchildren, because they're the grandchildren now. Mags was a little bit older than me. Mags is 61 now, but she's as beautiful now as the day that I married her. She looks fantastic. And so anything on Facebook that she knows I would like to see, she makes that post public so that even though we're not Facebook friends, I can see it. But there is a message line between us and we can talk. If she ever needed me for anything, I would be there in a heartbeat. I would still take a bullet for her. And I think the same is probably true in reverse if the chips were down. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Black Lions. No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry for asking anything, any of you. You know me, these days I'm pretty open, and I'm pretty open with my emotions. And it took me a long time to get to this stage. If I was like I am now, when I was with Mags, we would still be together. But it took me too long to get to this place. And I had to hit rock bottom, and I had to have a big, hard kick up the arse before I could shake off the last little bits of the crap that were. I've still probably got a bit. There's still a bit of Skybird or Parry Hughes knocking about in me. I know there is, but I don't allow it to control me anymore. I know that it's there. I use it when I need to use it. I explain a bit of that in the video as well. I did a chatty video on the way to work today. It's not particularly interesting, but yeah, it talks about some of that stuff. But yeah, what we've got going on now, it's all very different. I'm a different person, and I'm comfortable being open with you. I could never have done this in a million years back when I was on my 36th birthday. It was even that little intimate thing. I was split. There were people there that I genuinely loved and that I bitterly regret and are no longer part of my life. And I didn't mind doing it in front of them, but I still found it difficult. There was still a part of me that wished it was just me and Mags and it was our moment, and I think I was probably more likely to break down if we'd have been on our own. So I couldn't have done that in front of other people. I never used to be able to show emotion. It's, I come from a Welsh family. You don't do that. You don't do that kind of thing. I didn't show any emotion for 45 bloody years. And now, of course, I'm catching up. I've told you I cry when the bloody stringless beans are reduced at Sainsbury's. It's ridiculous. Uh, why has he got a hedgehog on the table? You're new. Oh, who's asking for my address? Oh, it's Richard. Yeah, Emma will sort you out with that. You've been very involved tonight, Boaty. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's been one of those where my tongue has run away with me, hasn't it? I apologise. Right, I'm off to bed, says Simone. Pat Mustard live, blimey. Oh, Richard, good man. Never cheated either. Bum. Open up the package. It might be a DNA test. Yeah, I had to do one of those. Some of you know the story about my dad. Right, whizzing through now. Oh, that's very kind. Boaty today is someone to look up to. That's incredibly kind. I'm not sure I agree with it, except Blackline says, well, he is tall. Yeah. I'm a better version of me than I used to be. And I hope to become better still. And I've caught up with the comments, having ignored most of them. I do apologize. I will open these and we will bugger off half an hour late. I'm assuming this is from Carol C, because she said she sent me a card and she couldn't understand why it hadn't got here. Well, perhaps it finally did. Oh, no. No, it's not that at all. Oh, that was an anticlimax. Oh. Oh, okay, right, forget that. Oh, if you're interested in what this was, it's another of those. It's another of those online bank apps. And somebody at the restaurant told me that this was the best bank app at the moment. I was talking about Monzo and stuff, and they said, "Oh, they were good, but this is the best one at the moment." And it's a bank called Starling Bank. They gave me two. They gave me Starling Bank and Revolut, and they said, and they've got these, this thing. If a friend signs up using your link, you both get 10 quid or 20 quid or 200 quid. So I signed up for both of them, and that's just the card for the Starling one. If anybody would like to join Revolut, which is which, as far as I can see, is rather good, then I'll put the link to my thing in the Facebook group, and you'll get between 20 and £200 for signing up, and so will I. So that would be nice. We could all buy some wine, couldn't we? Right, let's open this one. I guarantee food. It's going to be food. Okay, well, this is an unmarked white box with things in it, and I don't know what they are. Well, this is exciting, isn't it? Oh, hang on. I think this might be off my ex-wife. This is what somebody has sent me via Amazon, darlings. Bullshitamins helps to prevent you from talking bullshit. 100 grams anti-BS. Dosage. 1 a day keeps the bullshit away. If problems persist, once the total dosage is consumed, then there's no helping you. Specially formulated for the prevention of talking utter bullshit. And then ingredients, jelly beans. Oh. Right, let's have a look. Oh, an orange one, my favorite color. Okay, well, somebody is a comedy genius because that is brilliant. That is brilliant. Bullshitamins. And there you go, darlings. There is an orange jelly bean, which I shall now, for your delectation and delight, and indeed mine, eat. Oh, I haven't had one of these for years. That packet is too small. Hope you've got a repeat prescription. Maggie would love this. In fact, I don't know if Maggie knows that I do YouTube, but she would probably love to come on a live stream and tell you guys all the truth. Put them in the medicine cabinet beside the Aeniasol, which is still up there. No, they're not foul-tasting jelly beans. Sorry, sorry, Black Lines. I'm eating them. Sorry, it's tasty. This tastes of orange jelly bean. This has been a fabulous one, darlings. It's been a selfish one because I've been talking about what is in my mind at the moment, and it pleased me to talk about it. And that means that it's about me and not about the community. So I apologize for that, but I thank each and every one of you for bearing with me. Give it about 8 minutes and they might start to work, says Black Lines. Yeah, I might go the whole night without bullshitting. The other thing is, I don't really lie these days. And I don't do the grandiose bullshit thing so much. And the weird thing is about back in the day, I didn't think it was grandiose bullshit. I actually believed it. I still do, partly. I genuinely thought that I could fly when others had to walk. And I thought that I could make things happen that nobody else could. And all of that nonsense. And it is nonsense, but it's not total nonsense because let's be honest, I kind of did. Out of nothing, I create, well, anyway. That's enough of that. Let's call this one a day. My microphone is telling me that I've been going on too long. If it's Viagra, the table will rise and we'll be on the wonk. Yeah, send me Viagra. Well, actually, don't send me Viagra. Even Boaty's magic knob couldn't lift that table. This is a serious table. Believe me. If you've never, Emma is intimately, well, not that intimately, but she's competent with this table. Yeah, it would take a hell of a knob. Well, it has taken a hell of a knob. Oh dear. Right. Thank you so much, darlings. I've loved tonight. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you for bearing with. Thank you for putting up with all of that sort of thing. And let's do it all again tomorrow night, shall we? 11 o'clock, same time, same place. I'm going to get off, get a shower, get something to eat, and I might watch my wedding video again or catch up with the comments or something like that. There were some lovely comments, and I just want to say thank you all so much for them. And yeah, let's go to bed, shall we? Oh, David James, hello to you, and I'm sorry to hear that. I hope I hope it's a positive outcome for you, my dear chap. I spent time there as well, but admittedly I was staff. Right, come on, let's just go. Thank you, darlings. I feel particularly close to you all tonight. Maybe it's because I've shared that intimate video with you. And if you're just tuning in, it's not an intimate video like that. But oh, that's brilliant, David. That's brilliant. Nice to see you too. Yep, Staff Curry P2P, Staff Curry. And then tomorrow, I'd forgotten what with one thing and another. I'd forgotten I'm doing a road trip on Monday in Yvette Carte Blanche, and I've done nothing. There's been no meticulous planning. So we need to get on with that, don't we? All right. Let me just wish you all a... That was a cavernous belch. That was... God, that was an 8.5 on the what's it scale. What's the scale that the Richter scale, full 8.5. Thank you so much. Let me wish you all a safe and peaceful night and a good day ahead. I hope you find some joy to take from it somehow and somewhere. Please take care of yourselves. And if you're fortunate enough to have people that you cared about or who cared about you, do your best to take really good care of them too. Much, much, much love from me. Thank you again. Hopefully see you when the candle is relit tomorrow night, 11 o'clock. All the love in the world, darlings. Sleep tight. And on that note, pachoo! And indeed, bosh!